Welcome back, tributes, to episode 83 of Into the Arena. I'm Holly,
I'm Emily.
and we're back, and we have a new Hunger Games book. This is happening. When I went and got this, I was like, this is absolutely insane. Like, it didn't even fit on the shelves, like next to my books. It's just too big. It's amazing.
It's heavy.
Yeah,
Just the cover.
so
Makes me
good.
want this Sunrise on the Reaping cover.
Right now, this is our placeholder for when we get Sunrise because I feel like this fandom right now is just in this weird standby era. We still have no cover, we have no synopsis, and all we know is that the film is in pre-production.
At least we have this to tide
Mhm.
us over. We have something. And maybe a play. Maybe.
Oh my God, not the play. I was thinking about that the other day. I went back to our Instagram and was just looking, and I saw the announcement for fall of 2024, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
They're just doing their best to make it the best it can be, right? That's why they're
Okay.
pushing it back.
No news of canceling it. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Before we dive into this book, just a quick fun announcement. We haven't forgot that it is going to be the 1 year anniversary. So crazy of the movie The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So to celebrate, us and a few friends are going to just be having a casual hangout watch along on November 17th. We'll post the time. It'll probably be midday, just so most people can come to it. But come join us for that. It'll be super fun. And I've been rewatching Ballad recently, and fall makes me want Ballad.
It's a fall
So,
movie. Yeah, they're all fall movies, I guess, except for the
yeah.
first movie.
And then we said last time, like, this could happen at any point that we get news. Tribute Talk could just assemble like that. So make sure you have on your notifications.
Assemble.
I'm waiting for the moment, but let's just dive into this beautiful book. It is illustrated by Nico Delort. I've tried to stay spoiler free as possible,
Yeah,
but
we've
it's
seen a
hard.
few.
So
The book
hard.
was put out kind of early in some stores, so people have been posting images from it. Been trying not to look.
And this episode, just so everyone knows, will be like spoilers. We'll talk about the images and stuff. So if you're trying to avoid that right now, stop and come back to this episode
Yeah,
later.
get your book.
Yeah. First of all, I also want to note, which is interesting because in Australia, I saw that there's no jacket for the book. It's just like
Yeah.
the cover, but we have a jacket and like I'm gonna show it, but it's so beautiful. Like the inside is
Wait,
beautiful.
I didn't realize that.
Yes.
What?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh
We
my
got a little
gosh, that's
Mockingjay.
gorgeous. This is stunning.
Isn't it? I just love the red and the orange. Like I think it is just so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe what is there about like 30 images, like a little less
Mm-hmm.
than 30
I'm
images.
assuming it's one per chapter because there's 30 chapters, right?
Yeah.
I love the inside
So
of this too, I have to say.
yeah, like the attention to detail. And then we get like a beautiful cover page when you're entering, like, hello. I love, absolutely adore that they split like part one into its own page. I think that's so exciting.
It's just so pretty.
I
Even like
know.
the dedication.
Mm-hmm. Like
Ugh,
there's so much detail put into this. I love it. And I also love that it's like a bigger book because for me, this is like I'm picturing like me down the line being a mother. I'm like, story time, children. And here's my
once
beautiful
upon a
book.
time, when I
I
wake
would
up, the other side of the bed is cold. The thing
Yes.
is, what's so funny, I mean, I've talked about this many times, but I did read The Hunger Games to my little sister, all three books. So it's just so nostalgic in a way, because like I have done that, and I would totally, totally want to do that again for my own kids, because it was so fun.
Yes. And I feel like with books like Hunger Games, even though it's not as famous as Harry Potter, like it's up there. I feel like Harry Potter, there's so many different renditions and like picture copies and blah blah blah. And I just like want to have that for Hunger Games because like this is what I envision like passing on to my child, like the
Hmm.
Hunger Games.
Yeah, having this kind of edition like this, I think just makes it feel like such a classic. work of
Hmm.
literature. Ugh, I
Hmm.
just love it. It deserves it so much.
We dive into chapter one.
What's the first image?
First image is the one that we've seen before that Scholastic has released. It is the image of Katniss looking in the mirror with her mom and Prim getting ready for the reaping.
Okay, love that. District 12.
District 12. I like Buttercup. Buttercup kind of looks like a little fox, also, like kind of part cat, part fox. But like even just looking at the attention to detail in the lines in the wall, that's so much work to have to go through and
Mm.
individually like do that. So there's just so much attention to detail. And when I was learning a little bit about Nico, he said that he focused on like Appalachian style cross sketch drawing,
Yeah,
which I think is
Scholastic,
so cool.
they posted a reel doing that, doing one of the girl on fire dress. It was so cool. I want to see like the drawing process behind every single image. That was so fun to watch.
To be honest with you, it's also interesting to see the characters. Like, we'll talk about characters as we go through, but these are children. Like, they look like children in the movies. Jennifer
Mhm.
Lawrence is
She's
older, so you're not,
21. Yeah.
yeah. And so you're seeing these kids as they're supposed to be, as kids, which I think is also really important.
I'm excited to see if there are any things that are more accurate to the book than what we saw in the movie. Chapter 2 is cool. I love
Chapter
this.
2 is so cool.
It's the Justice Building and the
Oh my God.
Reaping.
The lone three finger salute in the crowd, I think is
That's
so
good.
cool. Ah! Like this is so
I
exciting.
love that.
It's so cool because it makes the reaping look so big.
The crowd is huge, and the Justice Building is huge. It's just so much bigger in scope.
I love that there's just this shadow over the Justice Building, like this ominous shadow. Attention to detail. If you look at every single person, they have like little tiny lines throughout their hair, throughout like everything. It's so cool. Chapter 3 is another one we've seen before.
The
It's the
Mockingjay pen.
Mockingjay.
These
Oh.
hands are Madge's.
Justice for Madge.
Justice for Madge.
Finally getting some recognition with her hands. Like she doesn't even get like an actual drawing. She gets her hands.
I like that it's more of the biblically accurate Mockingjay pen too. It looks so much more like Mockingjay Part 1. There's kind of a consensus that like if any of those logos were the actual Mockingjay pen, the Mockingjay Part 1 logo looks most like the book, and this looks a lot like it.
I just love the background too, because that's like the background of the actual book itself. The
Oh, good
arrow and the Katniss.
catch. So on the book, we've got the Justice Building wallpaper.
Okay, I'm like itching to see these ones that I haven't
Okay,
seen.
okay. What's chapter 4?
Oh my God. It's a full page layout. Oh my God.
The train.
Peeta is a little kid. Oh my God, I'm freaking out.
Peter! Peter
Ah,
Malak!
Haymitch looks different.
Effie looks kind of
Seeing
older in a way. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just the art style. I love that there's just a bar in the back with like the two attendants, the A-boxes there. Looks like New
the
York City.
and I love how like Katniss is dressed pretty masculine in this. Like she's just wearing a hoodie and
Hmm.
camo pants. Again, these lines. This is insane. And the buildings, like you say, they look like New York. In the movie, they're almost so futuristic. But here, this looks like comparable to like skyscrapers and stuff that we would see today. Chapter 5. Okay.
Iconic. Iconic.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh,
It's
I
one
see.
that
This is
we've
the like
we've seen, but I love this image. I was freaking out the first time that we saw this because this just took me back to 2010, 2011, when all we really had was fan art, and one of the most drawn scenes by artists was the chariot scene. And it was always so fun to see everybody's different interpretation of that moment. And so seeing this just like transports me right back to old times. I love it, and it's gorgeous.
That is such a good point, honestly. Like, that takes me back. The nostalgia in this photo.
I just look at it and I feel like all warm and fuzzy.
I think this was one of the ones that Scholastic released that I was most excited to see too. We're seeing them on fire. Like, this is such an iconic scene. We see Cinna in the background, like just the attention to detail in the chariot itself. Peeta looks good. Like, I'm loving this
Peeta
scene. This
looks
is
good.
awesome.
Peeta is drawn well in this book.
Yes.
So thank you for that.
And I really like her like crown that Katniss is wearing, like the flame crown. I think that's really cool.
It's kind of like an arena almost. The avenue. It has sort of a ceiling to it, but like it's still open at the top. And I feel like it has a bit more of like a Roman feel to it. The chariot and
Yeah.
like the columns.
And like the actual like Roman numerals itself, I think is really cool instead of just having 12
Hmm.
on there. I think it's really cool to be able to have this separation between book illustration and movie
Yeah,
adaptation.
for sure. All right.
Okay, I'm moving. I'm moving.
Ooh,
Oh,
it's dinner. We've got Peeta and Katniss and Haymitch and Effie and Avox.
like the food is interesting because it looks just like normal food, like food that I would eat. It doesn't look like capital food.
Honestly, yeah, this table looks like it could be a District 12.
That's the one thing I'm like,
The setting is it's very much like the train in the movie almost.
And I love how Effie and Haymitch and Peeta are like engaged in a conversation, but then Katniss is like on the outside looking away. Haymitch is drinking, of course.
It's such a book moment. She's noticing the Avox girl.
Chapter 7. Okay, this is where I like started to like not get spoiled is the middle of the book.
Oh, last page.
Stop!
We've got the we've got the pig moment.
Who ordered this pig? Oh my goodness! And we get Plutarch because we have somebody falling into the punch bowl. We got the pig, like all we could ask for. Thank you so much, Scholastic, for putting the pig in there. Like justice for the pig.
I love Katniss's hand, like
Peace. I know it's like
releasing the boat. I
oh, now we get a Gale
oh, this is
image.
good.
I
I
like
love
this.
this.
Gale's a little cutie patootie too.
Gale
He's
and
got his rabbit.
Katniss are Gale lover friends. This is
This
their
is
favorite
for you.
page. They're just in the woods having a good time.
I love that they're like doing a flashback image too. I think that that's
Hmm.
really, instead of just starting with an image of Gale and Katniss in the woods, he's teaching her how to set snares, and that becomes so important to her.
Little Gale moment.
Every once in a while, we'll take it.
Not
Every
too
once in a while.
often, but I'll
Don't
allow
get too
one.
excited. Next one doesn't come for a while. Oh, here is, I think, your favorite.
Oh gosh. I love this image. The girl on fire dress. I think because this is another one of those moments that just was always drawn in fan art. Like this one in the chariots, the girl on fire dress. Her braid is stunning. The dress is just beautiful. Honestly, the bottom of it reminds me a little bit of one of my favorite fan artists from back in the day who drew it a little bit like this at the bottom of the dress. So yeah, it just gives me the nostalgic vibes.
And I just love how her back is turned, like she's mid-twirl, that it's like an action shot. I love that so much.
No, you're right. That's such a good point. Like the movement of it.
In the movie and in the book, she's just panicking. Like there's just pure panic in her head. And like I feel like you're kind of envisioning that with this picture because like it's just her. You're only seeing that and you're only experiencing what she's experiencing. I love this image. If I could have this image, like if I could have any of the images so far, it would definitely be this one. Like it's
Oh,
so
heck yeah.
beautiful. I'm putting that on my wall tomorrow. Like
Cut it out.
you know what I thought about doing? I was like, would it be weird if I got another copy and then I just like colored it, like an added color to it? I think that would be like a fun project. But it also would like pain me to color it.
I would mess it up. I thought you were just
I
gonna
would
say
mess it
buy
up.
another one and like frame them. I might do that. I think that'd be cool to put in a collage over
Oh,
my bed or something.
DIY. We
Okay, we're
move
at
on to
part
part two.
two.
This is what I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see the arena. And my hopefuls are to see Kato and Clove. Like I really, really am
Oh,
interested to see what they
okay.
look like.
I want just like a really badass shot of Katniss with her bow and arrow. Like
Yeah.
I know we just had the training scene one, but I want one that's more like shows more of Katniss, like her face and everything, like just like with the bow. We'll see.
I think it has to be in here. There's no way that it couldn't. The Nightlock scene, like that's just like my
Oh
it
yeah, the
has to be in
berries.
here.
Oh gosh.
Hmm.
Hopefully they're back to back, right? Because
Yes.
that would be look accurate. You know what I was thinking? I would have liked the moment where they say there can only be one winner, and then Peeta throws his knife down and she like aims her bow and arrow
Oh,
at him, but it's so close to the berry scene that they'll go with the berry scene for sure.
dang it. Yeah. No, if I could have just like an illustrated
Just
movie,
every scene. A graphic novel, maybe.
there we go. Ooh, Kenneth and Peeta. Rooftop scene.
Rooftop. It's just, it feels very New York
It does feel New
to
York.
me, but I like it. I love them together on the roof. It's so cute.
It's so cute.
Gosh, I love Everlark.
I don't really have much to say about it. I just love it. Like, it's just peaceful.
Yeah,
It's just
just
peaceful.
just Pete and Katniss. Like, how can you not? Okay, is the next one the arena?
Yeah, the next one is chapter 11, The
Oh my
Arena,
gosh.
and it's a full spread. I
I
love
love
it.
this. With the lake right there, the mockingjays, the biblically accurate cornucopia.
Yes.
Stunning.
I like that it's like an aerial shot, so you get to see the whole arena because we only get to see parts of the arena with Katniss. So
hmm
it's really cool to get to see the whole landscape.
This just makes it so apparent how awful it would be to be at the back of the cornucopia. Like, how is that decided? What is that based on? This is why, like, when I was reading, it doesn't make any sense, but I always pictured the cornucopia being just like this, but being a little shorter and being put like up. The open part is facing the sky, and then the stuff is just kind of
Mm,
like flowing out of it. I couldn't understand how anybody could be at the back of the cornucopia.
yeah,
'Cause
I
it's not
mean, like,
fair. I mean,
it's not fair. Emily,
nothing's
the games
fair,
aren't
but
fair.
but it's so unfair.
No, like imagine you just like you're prepared, you're ready for these games, your tube goes up, and you're just like, oh, okay, guess I'll go die. So funny. I never thought about that.
Like, and they don't even, they could easily keep putting the supplies like all around the outside, like even in
They
the
just
back,
stop.
but it just stops.
I just want to know who the tributes are that got screwed over by that.
Chapter
It's got to
12.
be a Rue one. It's got to be a
Oh,
Rue one.
I
Yes,
love
Spore.
this.
This one's awesome.
So cool. The career
This
tributes and PETA.
this is what I wanted. And Peeta looks so worried. My poor little boy
hmm
is just worried sick for Katniss.
Why did I
Oh,
think Katniss would be in the tree? She's not, but
I love that like you can tell who Kato is.
hmm And Glimmer. She's got the bow
Hmm.
and arrows.
And then the contrast between like the white sky, it's just like super bright.
You know
Cool.
what I love about PETA in this? He's got the right PETA hair. I think that's what really
Oh,
makes the difference. He's got that almost catching fire hair.
the little swoop, like the Superman
It's you
swoop at the
gotta
front.
have the swoop.
Yes. It's
You've got
Rue.
Rue
How
in the
cute.
tree.
The way that I think these images are kind of coming together is like pictures of what Katniss is seeing. Our little bird.
She's so cute. Rip.
Okay. Hey, hey, we're not there yet.
We're not there.
We're not there
Spoiler.
yet. Oh my God, the next one.
Whoa. Okay. This is
This
a
is what I wanted.
two-page spread as well.
So I made like a little TikTok and I was like, here are like scenes that I'm hopeful for. And I said, I don't think this one will be in it, but it would be so cool to see the Tracker Jacker scene. It could have been done like kind of interesting if they had like the hallucinations kind of like drawn into the reality. I think that would have been kind of cool. But it's so awesome to see Peeta protecting Katniss. Ah, I love it.
Ah, I love seeing the braid, and she's got the bow and arrow now.
And just like the woods are falling apart. It looks like everything is just ruined. And I knew they wouldn't show glimmer or anything, but I was like, again, I want to see the grotesque hallucinations and what she's seeing. So this isn't what I was expecting, but again, it's a PETA shot, so I'll respect it and I love it.
Yeah, I love like Peeta and Katniss on the two different pages.
Yeah, which I was gonna say, it's interesting like what images they're picking to be full page spreads versus the half page. I just think it's interesting that they chose the Tracker Jacker scene to do that.
15?
I love this one. This
Oh,
one has to be a favorite.
this is very reminiscent of like the movie scene.
You can see how young Rue is in these
She's
pictures.
so little.
And just the way she looks at Katniss.
The biggest Everlark shipper of them all.
No, seriously.
Okay,
Ooh.
this is a fun moment. We've got Katniss watching in the distance Fox face. Steal some of the supplies.
This is pretty similar to the movie, I feel like.
I mean, yeah, they just nailed that in the movie so well, I think.
What I think is so interesting is now I'm also catching on to like the clouds that Nico draws. Like the clouds almost look like flames in some of them. Like it kind of looks like
Hmm.
smoke. Ooh, wait, have we seen this one or is
Are
this
you on
one
the
that I
next
got
one? Oh, I
spoiled?
gotta get there. I briefly saw this one. I
Yeah.
tried to look away, but
The hovercraft is so cool though. I love the hovercraft. And it's interesting, like we don't get facial images or poses of Katniss. Pretty much everything is like from the
yeah, her
back of
looking
her.
away. It's almost like we kind of are her in a way,
Yeah.
kind of like giving us that first person, kind of like you were saying earlier. 18? Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm not
brother.
ready for the next one.
We're not ready. So anyway, we were talking about Rip Roo. Here we are. So we have Rue and the flowers, but we have that Mockingjay sitting on the branch. I think that is
Hmm.
so beautiful. That is
Yeah.
such a cool detail.
Yeah, the Mockingjays have really been like a presence throughout this whole
Mhm.
book.
The one flower.
It's so sad.
This I get being a full spread, like a full page
Hmm.
spread.
One of the huge moments.
Ugh. Okay, day ruined. Day ruined.
Oh, part three. Final part.
We're at the
You know what
final
I
part.
need? There
Hmm.
better be a cave scene picture in here.
Yes. There has to be.
And it
Like there
better
is
be
going to
good.
be.
That would probably be the third one of like iconic like scenes. I guess Rue's death too, but fan art that I would always be searching for back in the day.
And I think the cave scene is especially important in this book because we were gypped from the movie. Like I don't even
We
want to
don't
think
talk
about it.
about it.
Yeah. So this is like important to us. Chapter 19. Uh-oh.
The next
Ah!
one.
We've seen this. I think I've seen this one before and I hate it.
It's a little oh my goodness, it's a jump scare.
Well, I wouldn't want to be reading this late at night and then just see that image. Like that would be so freaky.
I
Okay,
love it
PETA.
though. I
I
mean,
love it.
compared to the movie as well, it shows an art to camouflage without being so literal, you know?
Yeah, he's camouflaging. I can only see his eyes. It's just his eyes are
Mhm.
like fear. Fear.
Death. Oh wait,
Oh my
run,
God, I'm
run,
gonna cry. This one's gonna make me cry.
How am
Oh,
I not there yet?
Emily, you're gonna cry. Actually, you won't. I don't know. I thought you hated the goat scene. You hate this. I love
Not
this.
gonna cry. I'm the opposite of crying.
I'm
We
crying. I
wasted an image on the
shut
goat
up.
scene?
It's an
Okay, no,
important flashback.
wait. Actually, I do love this because we get to see District 12, which is really cool.
District 12, and look how happy Prim is. Like, come on,
Oh,
give
she
her some
does look
happiness in her
so
life.
adorable. She looks so cute.
And Lady looks so cute with
And
the
you
little
know,
bow.
another Gale moment.
Like, this is a Gale moment I can get behind. So it's
Happier
fine.
times.
I love that they put this in here.
No, I agree. This is so cool that it's something that's only the book.
Yeah, I forgot that you hated. You forgot that you hated that.
There's just something about it. Like this goat scene, this goat story is just going on forever. We have better things to do in this cave than talk about Lady the Goat.
Okay, but we still haven't gotten a cave scene shot. I'm getting a little nervous because we're on chapter 21.
Maybe that's next. This is 21.
This is what I wanted to see. I talked about this in my hopeful. Oh my God. This is crazy.
Whoa.
I was not expecting this. And Thresh looks so young.
Whoa.
So this is Thresh standing over
Oh my gosh,
Katniss.
what is this POV?
Yeah, like he's crying. You
Oh
can
my
see tears
gosh.
in
So
his
yeah,
eyes.
it's like we are Katniss and there's Clove in the background, right? Like,
Hmm.
oh gosh, this is such a cool perspective.
When you're talking about graphic novel, like this is an action shot. This is insane.
This alone should be proof enough that a graphic novel would be incredible.
The Mockingjays flying overhead. Like, oh my gosh.
This is so scary, but also so sad. Like, you're right, Thresh's face, and he looks so young.
Deo, like he's a big dude. So like when he played Thresh, it was like seeing Katniss, like 20-year-old Katniss as a 16-year-old. This seeing the emotion. Like I never thought of like what Thresh would be going through mentally. This is a boy with emotion.
Contemplating what he should do.
Jeez, this has to be like a top image for me. This is awesome. I'm so
Wow.
glad that I wasn't spoiled for this one because this is one I wasn't expecting. Nico, great job. Proud of you. Okay, but I'm a little nervous because we're on chapter 22 and there's no cave photo.
Oh gosh. We got a cave scene.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
This this is the cave scene I needed. Like
Yeah.
the light
Yeah.
coming through.
The
It's the
light.
perfect
Yeah.
size. They're so close. Like Katniss is looking at him with such care, and he's like, what's going on?" You're the one who wasn't paying attention. Stop it, Peeta. Stop it right now. I'm like giggling like a little girl over here.
He's still got the hair swooping.
His hair looks good. He's been in the arena for how long, and his hair is just fine. Like, he's got some product.
That was his token.
Okay, so we got a cave scene. We got a Thresh photo. We got the careers. Like, I'm a happy girl so far. This is awesome.
What else is there? So we have the mutations, we have the fight with Kato, the berries, and then like the end of the book.
Which I
So,
have been spoiled about one of the end images, but I'm obsessed with it. So I'm
okay, good.
excited.
Hmm. Yeah, this is my shot. This is my shot.
Yes.
I love this. This is what I wanted. Just a single gorgeous image of Katniss in the arena with her bow and arrow. I love this. I would frame this.
I love that her like pant is ripped, her pant leg, and
Mm-hmm.
you can see her tourniquet.
Yeah, yeah. The details have been so good, like throughout. Like Thresh, his like pants were kind of ripped up. Hers just keeps getting ripped up like higher and higher.
Okay, so we're getting to the end of the book.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
We've got the mutations. Look at these
These
mutations.
are so cool.
Look at their eyes.
That's so awesome. The body armor.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Gosh, this mutation on the right
It's
is
like
so
me in
scary
the
to me.
morning.
Like the
Me
way
when
that
I wake
he's
up.
standing up, they do have kind of a human-like quality about them, especially in the faces.
And their paws like are like talons. They have like weird hands. And Kato's brunette. I think that's interesting. That was something I picked up earlier. Okay,
Mm.
Kato.
Is that ever mentioned? Like, is he brunette in the book? I don't
I
know.
couldn't tell you.
Me either.
Fake fan. This next one has to be the berry scene.
25.
But
Yeah. Yeah, it is. With the cornucopia behind, and they're back to back. They're holding hands.
and the fact that there's two mockingjays flying overhead them.
Come on now.
Stop it. Not the hand holding, like you said. That took me a second to process. The hand holding. And he's taller than her. He's
His
taller than
hair is a
her.
little bit messy. You know, they've been
Yeah.
they've been fighting.
And his leg. Okay, but my one bone with this image is the fact that it's not a full layout. Like I would love a two-page of
Hmm.
this.
Agreed. Yeah.
This one's awesome.
Yeah,
Clouds look like
perfect.
smoke. Like it's giving smoke. It's
Yeah.
giving, it's gonna catch fire.
Well, it's about to catch fire.
Dun dun dun. In the next Hunger Games Illustrated edition.
26? Where are we? Oh, they're like backstage. They're under the stage. Okay. That makes sense. I'm just seeing
She
like the
looks
broken pieces of wood on the ground, and I'm like, what's going on?
she looks so like different. It's hard to see that this is Katniss and recognize that this is Katniss.
Yeah, she looks like a little girl, which
Yeah.
she is. But I mean, that was the point of this scene, right? To make her look super young and as innocent as possible. So,
Yeah.
yeah, just taking her out of that braid that's so iconic. She is kind of unrecognizable.
It's interesting to see Haymitch. Haymitch is giving like Joker vibes right now. I can't explain it.
Agreed. He looks like a tortured soul.
So his eyes are just like
He looks like he's so, I mean, he would be at this point in the book. He'd be so
Mhm.
worried for her.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, like this is an unexpected one.
And then I think this is going to be our final one. This one, I was spoiled, but this one has to be one of my favorites out of the whole book. President Snow
No, no, no.
breaking the crown in half,
Mm, which was not in the movie at all.
which is such an iconic scene in the book. And just the tower of that building is huge. The flag.
The perspective, yeah. The scope of the Justice Building looked huge, but like this is even bigger in the way that it goes so high up.
Emily, I'm gonna die. PETA has a cane. PETA has a cane, I swear.
Oh, you're right.
I'm literally crying. I just
He
noticed that. Oh my
does.
God.
Justice for PETA's leg.
Then we're coming full circle. Remember that episode?
I will never get over that. I feel like if I could change anything about the movie, I would give PETA his artificial leg.
Like, I love how book accurate these pictures are. It seems like
Hmm.
Nico really took into account the book, like read through the details, added symbolism, added these like beautiful representations of like what should have been in the movie or should have been adapted if it was a perfect movie, you know?
I feel like overall they chose really good moments.
Yeah, this was 10 out of 10.
Go get your
Love it
copy.
so much. Go now. This, it's just like you said at the beginning, it's so cool to have a copy like this because not only is it like for anyone to read, but it's for like a collector. Like this makes you think that Hunger Games is an important story in society and
Hmm.
we have to keep reading it and we have to keep sharing it. And there's going to be new renditions to it. And I think that's so exciting that we're getting fan art however many years it's been since 2008.
Agreed.
Thank you to Scholastic for sending us our copies early. Like, thank you for that. And if you haven't already bought your copy, go out and get it. Like, it's worth. I've seen also there's $5 off at Barnes and Noble, so go to Barnes and Noble. This is perfect. I'm so obsessed. And my biggest wish is that they'll continue the rest of the
Catching
books.
fire. Let's go. Let's go.
And
We
then do
need it.
Mockingjay because we like to jip Mockingjay out of a lot of things. So
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We can't do Catching Fire and then not get Mockingjay.
yeah, and I think like the one I would be most excited for would be Ballad. Like thinking about it, I think the images in Ballad would be so cool.
What was your favorite image?
I have two. Like my gut reaction, surprise, awesome one was the Thresh image. I think that was probably like just an underdog image. But like looking back at all of them, I would say my favorite has to be President Snow giving the two crowns to Katniss and Peeta.
The Thresh one might be my favorite, but I just love the chariot scene. I don't know, there's
Really?
something about it. I love seeing them together as a team. Just, I mean, everything that we said, it feels so nostalgic, but also the girl
Hmm.
on fire dress. But we don't see her face in that, but we do see the
Yeah,
braid. I think chariot scene, honestly, is my favorite one. There's so many good
yeah.
ones.
I know. And then I'm like, the Nightlock scene is like also up there with me. Like, these are
Yeah.
amazing. And I feel like it would have been cool to not have any, like, go into this blind and not have any idea of what even Nico's art style would have looked like.
Yeah.
That would
Well,
have
they
been
gotta
really
market the
cool.
book. I mean, I
I
get it.
know. I just wish, like, maybe I could just go in blind,
They gotta
but
market to people who are not us, who are like absolutely gonna buy like 5 copies of the book. So,
yeah. Oh, oh, it's so beautiful. I hope they continue these. Go out, buy your copy, and let us know. Share with us what your favorite illustration was. And we would love to hear what your thoughts are, what you weren't expecting. Share with us. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us for this episode. We're looking forward. This next episode is going to be a Sunrise one. I'm manifesting that we have news on Sunrise. So
yes,
we'll be
please,
back.
please.
Thank you so much to Scholastic and Nico. Incredible job. And go pick up your copy.